Good morning and welcome to Outdoors with John. Today we're hiking the Mattatuck Trail. Behind me, Buttermilk Falls. We are parked at the trailhead on Lane Hill Road. From here, it's about a 1/10 of a mile to Buttermilk Falls. As soon as we leave the parking lot, we cross this bridge and we can hear the waterfall just ahead. After checking out Buttermilk Falls, number 2 on the map, we returned to the trailhead and began a half-mile road walk west to number 3. Next, we followed the trail to Todd Hollow Road, number 5. Heading north to Keegan Road, number 6, we were treated to excellent views of Todd Hollow Brook. Retracing our steps, we passed number 5 and continued to the south end of Todd Hollow Road, number 8, before following Greystone Road back to the car. This completes the road walk stretch here on South Eagle Street, and we're about ready to head back into the woods. But as you can see, there's literally no place to park, and this has been a narrow, windy road, so be careful. Today's hike to the Keegan parking lot is going to cover about 2.8 miles of the Mattatuck Trail. In the last hike I did on the Mattatuck Trail, we did 4.7 miles from Peterson Memorial Park in Wolcott to the Buttermilk Falls. Today we're going to try to hike the next section towards Keegan Road. If you'd like to see more on the Mattatuck Trail, check out my Mattatuck Trail playlist. Well, it looks like some recent rain and ATV traffic has made the trail a little bit muddy. According to all trails, there isn't an awful lot of elevation on today's hike. Should be a nice easy hike today. So we're passing through a section of mountain laurel that's in bloom. I don't know if it's past its prime yet or just getting there. It looks like the trail is falling along the base of a ledge here. In fact, there's ledge on both sides. Looks like about a 30-foot cliff over there. We're about 2 miles into the trail, and on our left is a marked trail. From what I've seen in old maps, the blue and red dot trail was the old route of the Mattatuck Trail. We'll see it again later in the video. This area is kind of tricky. There's trail junctions everywhere, but fortunately there's a sign up ahead. Right here the sign says Mattatuck Trail, and the other sign says Town Hill Connector, but it's all worn off. If you look straight ahead here, I'll zoom in, you can see the blue and white blaze on that tree there. That takes you out to Town Hill Road, and I believe there's parking there as well. For us, the trail turns south here. From here it looks like the trail is flooded out with a stagnant pool of water. However, there's a well-worn trail right here on the left. According to all trails, this little knoll here brings us to about the highest point on today's hike at around 820 feet. It's about 75 degrees, but since we've been walking in the shade the whole time, it doesn't feel hot at all. In fact, there's an occasional breeze. Maybe that's what's keeping the bugs down. This rock provided a great place to enjoy a snack and grab a drink. The trail has become a bit of a roller coaster. We've been going up and down these little ridges. As we start to lose elevation, we've been following this small brook, and it looks like, I don't know, maybe a 10-foot little waterfall here. Maybe in the middle of summer you might not see anything, but right now it's pretty cool. Wow, well, I think that was the nicest stretch so far. I really loved following that stream and all the little waterfalls. We are now on Todd Hollow Road. And you can see from this sign here that the blue with the red dot trail forms a loop here going back out that way. So it's interesting to note we're on an old paved road, but on our right-hand side, or looking east, is the Connecticut state property boundaries. And on our left-hand side, we have these red and white boundary markers. This is probably federal property having to do with the Greystone Dam built on the Hancock Brook. This here is the Todd Hollow Brook, but within a mile or so, it dumps into the Hancock Brook. And this whole area is probably under Army Corps of Engineer control. Todd Hollow Brook gets pretty wide here. In fact, there's a little bit of a swamp here, but right from the road here, we're getting some fantastic views of the hillsides beyond. And the Mattatuck Trail, in fact, the next section of Mattatuck Trail, will be hiking up on those hills. Beyond this gate, Todd Hollow Road extends for 2 miles to Route 6 in Plymouth. All of Todd Hollow Road south of here was taken by eminent domain when the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers built the Hancock Brook flood control dam in the 1960s. We've reached the intersection of Keegan Road. Here, we can see that this is part of the Hancock Brook Lake area, Army Corps of Engineers, as I was saying earlier. And this half-a-mile stretch of Todd Hollow Road is gated. It may not be available in the winter, so you may have to park out here on Keegan Road, which is where we're headed next. All right, looks like we've reached our destination here. This is the small parking spot on Keegan Road, and it's the trailhead. From here, it's a half-a-mile to Beaver Pond, and it's 1.7 miles to South Street. And we'll come back here and hit this section another day. Well, I don't know for sure. The map says there's something called Ben's Pebble down here, and so far, this is the biggest rock I've seen down here in Todd Hollow Road. So unless I see something different, this is Ben's Pebble. This foundation was likely built for a home claimed by eminent domain when the flood control dam was built. So I'm going to continue on Todd Hollow Road to the end and go back up Greystone. Todd Hollow Road takes us over an abandoned bridge here. This must be Hancock Brook. To our left is Buttermilk Falls. And to our right is the Hancock Reservoir. Although the bridge is filled in, this was the original alignment of the New Haven Railroad here. And you can see the wing wall there. And then over here, heading west back towards Tolls. And over here on the left, looking north, is the other wing wall. So I don't know the history off the top of my head, but the railroad was realigned here at least once before they built the flood control dam. Mainly to straighten it out and to double track the line. So that would have probably been a bridge over the railroad tracks on the road. And once the railroad moved, they didn't need a bridge anymore, they filled it in. All right, here, this bridge is out, and this is where the new tracks were installed, just a short distance from the old tracks, but these were straighter. You can see the width here is wide enough for 2 trains, and it's been a long time since this line was double tracked, but it is still an active railroad bed. That's going to wrap it up for today, about 7 miles. Almost back at the car. Thanks for joining me today. Hope to see you out here in the next one.